Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today we're talking about World of Warcraft, the Warlords of Draenor expansion, patch 6.2, Fury of Hellfire, the Hellfire Citadel raid, and some other related stuff. We're doing this because, in a recent interview, some Blizzard guys, and this was with a French outlet, if I'm not mistaken, they mentioned that patch 6.2, Fury of Hellfire's Hellfire Citadel raid, it's got like 13, 14 bosses in it, pretty big raid, is the final raid of Warlords of Draenor. I guess they did say currently planned final raid, but that pretty much means final raid. And because of this, the World of Warcraft community, they just exploded in rage. It's understandable, I suppose. I want to cherry pick a couple of the titles of some of the threads and stuff here for you guys, just because. And now this is on top of the recent PvP controversy. I can quickly sum the PvP stuff up for you. So, with the new season, you can now get sockets in PvP gear. I think you can get Warforged, you can get like tertiary stats, and it's really hard to get these things because it's very random. Okay, so PvPers now need to grind. I want to say like, hey, welcome to PvE, PvPers, because that's what it's like in PvE. You need to grind to get those Warforged pieces or those sockets or whatever, but it's a thing. So they rage in hard because they have to spend that much more time to be competitive. It doesn't really make that big a difference, but they see it as a big difference. That extra 75 to 1 stat that they'd get from that gem in that item, I guess it really matters to them. I suppose if you had sockets in all your items, if you had all of them with sockets and Warforged or whatever, it would be a pretty big difference, but, you know, whatever. Okay, not going to talk about that now. That's a thing. That, along with racials being different for Horde and Alliance. Okay, so there's a lot of PvP controversy going on. But now, on top of that, $50 and $15 per month for one content patch? ... Blizzard, it's time to tell us what's going on. What the hell is happening with Blizzard? Warlords had 2 big patches? It goes on. I love it. I'm loving it, okay? I'm loving patch 6.2. Do not get me wrong. I will in no way, like, shit talk patch 6.2. It's great. I do feel like Timeless Isle was a little more fun. I mean, I only got to experience Timeless Isle later in its lifespan, so maybe Tanan Jungle will still be expanded upon or whatever, but 6.2 has been great so far. It is just a little disappointing that it could potentially be the final patch for the expansion, but I need to mention, and this is what I think about it, I think it's okay. I honestly think they can end this expansion right here and now. 6.2 and the Hellfire Citadel raid and everything else that came with it can be the end if they release the next expansion soon. They need to announce it within the next 2 to 3 months. It needs to be out within the next 6 to 8 months. Even 8 months. 10 months is too long. 8 months is pushing it. Okay, like, really it is. And I gotta tell you now that they are in danger of losing a whole lot more subscribers than they've ever lost before if they carry on like this without speaking to the community. And now, who knows, by the time this video goes up, they may already have released some other statement saying, this is what's up, this is our plan, we're doing this, that, and the other going forward. Don't worry. We've got the situation under control. We've got your backs. We are going to give you your money's worth. I feel I've gotten my money's worth, okay? I do, however, not feel like I'm getting my money's worth for a sub fee. I guess. I mean, I have the option of paying for my subscription with in-game gold, but what am I then getting? Like, I could be getting extra stuff, I guess, for the $15. What's the point? What's the point? So, I understand completely why people are raging, but at the same time, you know, it's okay and it's understandable if they have plans. So if they were gonna announce for instance. And I've got some of the information from the interview here, which I want to just go through quickly so that you get a greater understanding of what's going on. But if they're gonna unveil or announce a new expansion at, for instance, Gamescom, that's in August, that might be okay, you know? That might be okay, right? If they unveil it there, they say, well, it'll be fully playable at BlizzCon. We planning to have it out in January of 2016. Then that would be amazing. You know, no one's going to complain about that. Beta in December. Go. Bam. Well, I guess then January release would be a little soon, but you know what I'm saying, right? So if they have something to follow up 6.2 with, then they're in the clear. There's absolutely no problem. I don't have a problem, and I don't think most people will have a problem with a shorter expansion if they have a good follow-up. Now, people are afraid that we're going to have the Siege of Orgrimmar syndrome happen again. The over a year long on one content patch issue arising, and it's highly possible, because Blizzard might be saying to themselves, well, this raid we just released, it's rather large. They can do that for a year. They shouldn't be saying that. They shouldn't be thinking that. That's bad. Okay? That's really bad. Like, you can't say, okay, so most casual guilds will only be doing it for X amount of time, or will be spending so much time wiping on these bosses, they might only clear it in 6 months' time from now. That's not the point, because in a couple of weeks, all of Looking for Raid will be out, and I guess in about a month's time, then you'll get to see the entire raid. So within the next month, we will have seen the entire raid. Even the most casual of players will be able to see the entire Hellfire Citadel, and then what's there left to do? I, after spending a bit of time into non-jungle, realized that you could actually, let's just say, pretty much 100% it after a day or two, if you really, like, maxed it. Now, fine, there are some rep factions that need to be grinded out that take a little longer. I think the longest one is a month, potentially. It doesn't even take that long if you get lucky with certain drops and stuff, but the content in Tanan Jungle is not that great an amount. Then that leaves us with just the raid, Mythic Dungeons, which are pretty much the same dungeons that we've had since launch, and some weekend bonus events. There is going to be a lack of content. There is not a lack of content now. Definitely not. There is not a lack of content in Warlords of Draenor at this point. But if we have to spend the next 6 to 8 months, or even a year, with the same content, then that's a problem. Now, obviously, the people here complaining about Blizzard saying, and this is one of the quotes from the interview, and this is crazy that they actually said this. I gotta say, it is a little crazy. They said that, so Warlords of Draenor has had 2 major content patches thus far. What? What? So, let me just point out that Highmaul and Blackrock Foundry were launch raids. They were tier 1 of Warlords of Draenor. Okay? They didn't count as 6.1. 6.1 was the selfie cam and a few garrison improvements and changes. That's 6.1. Some other stuff as well, I guess. Some other stuff as well. But that's it. 6.2, that's a content patch. Pretty impressive. It's good. I enjoy it. It's got a great feel to it. It's fun to play. I'm playing World of WarCraft on a daily basis. Sure, I'm grinding out dailies and stuff, but still, I'm playing it. It's drawing me back on a daily basis, and I'm loving the raid. It is probably their best work to date. Hellfire Citadel, if you have not seen it yet, it is magnificent. It's basically everything Blizzard have learned from all their previous raids, just shoved into one, and it's great. It really is. Check it out if you haven't already. One thing I should probably not even begin to talk about is the shipyard. That is like the worst thing they've ever done in World of Warcraft. Now they've hotfixed a few of the terrible or worst parts of it, but it's still really, really bad. That, I think, would need an entire video dedicated just to whining about it, so I'm not going to talk about it here. But that's just one major content patch. So they said that. So now, a few little lines. This is on mmochampion.com. They say that it's a nice way to wrap things up with Archimonde. They say he'll be hard to beat as a final boss. They say players saw Tanon jungle at the start of the expansion, now they're looping back around to it at the end. Yeah, cool, great, like really cool. They say that currently they don't have anything planned for future patches, but they want to see how players react to Hellfire, Citadel, and Tanon jungle to get an idea of how long the content will last. That's also a mistake. They should have had an idea and a plan already. You can't do that. This will not last for the next 6 months to a year. Okay, it's not going to. And I don't want to be negative about it either, because I am enjoying the game. I really am. I just don't know if I'll be enjoying the game in a couple of months' time, because there might be nothing to do. We might have Hellfire, Citadel, Heroic on farm like we did Blackrock Foundry after a little while, and then that would be all I would log in for. Then I'm still paying $15 a month just for that. I don't know. So they do say here the team isn't happy with players having to wait a year for new content, so maybe. They say some expansions had 4 big patches, some had 3, Warlords had 2. No, but okay, I mean, we didn't pay for the patches in the previous expansions with our $60 on Warlords. That's another point that's being brought up here, so don't even mention that. Then there's a bunch of stuff about garrisons, legendary items, the WoW token, and some other goodies. Stuff that they're basically thinking of changing, fixing, improving, but, you know, the damage is done. With that interview out there, and with players just spreading the word that World of Warcraft is sick and dying, it's doing a lot of damage to the game. To the community of players that enjoy the game. It's sad. I want things to work out for the game, so I hope that Blizzard have some big plans. I hope that they've already got the next expansion well underway. I hope that they've got an announcement ready to go. I hope that they're not waiting for a couple of months now to see how Tanon Jungle works out before even considering adding more content to Warlords or announcing the next expansion or whatever. That's all I hope for. Again, now, some of the stuff I said in this video may seem like overly negative, but it's just because I care about the game. I'm playing it right now, I'm paying for it right now. I did pay the initial cost to get the collector's edition of it. I care about World of Warcraft and I really, really enjoy playing it. And I want it to remain something that's enjoyable to me. That's why I'm negative about a few of these things. That's probably why a lot of these other people are so passionately speaking up. So, hey, I hope Blizzard have some or other big plan to just calm the community a little bit. Even if they don't have a plan to release the next expansion soon, even if they don't have a big plan to release more content for Warlords of Draenor, I hope they at least see what's going on, and I hope they at least just jump in there and tell people, whoa, it's okay. We're here. We hear you, and we're gonna sort things out. That's what I want. Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit at some point about potential future expansions, things I'd like to see in future expansions, classes, races, locations, settings, all of that I want to, but that's not going to be in this video. I don't want to squeeze all of it into this whiny mess of a Tales of Lumin episode. Not going to do that to you guys. So there will be more talk about World of Warcraft, just not right now. And I want to hear from you what you think. I know a lot of my guildies, for instance, watch my videos. I know they've got a lot to say about this as well. But if you're maybe just a casual player, maybe you just enjoy looking for raid, some PvP here and there, some, I don't know, dungeons, random goodies. How does this affect you? Is there enough content? Are you a hardcore player? Have you already decked Tanon Jungle? Have you done everything? Is it 100% complete for you? How do you feel about it? I just want to hear. I want to hear how the opinions vary. Because, again, as I said, I think everything could be okay. I think that this could be a big overreaction from the community. And I suppose it could have been avoided if Blizzard had communicated. I want to say that the second that interview went out, and the second that was a noisy bird. The second that people caught wind of this and started blowing it out of proportions, Blizzard should have stepped in and said, hey, hey, this, and that. Whew. But they didn't. They didn't yet. I'm hoping that, again, by the time this video goes up, we've already heard something from them about this. We'll see. But again, let me know what you think about all this hoo-ha, this drama. Check the World of Warcraft subreddit out. Check the official forums out. And you'll see why I've been cringing for the past couple of days. Because people are angry. I mean, people are always angry. Okay? They got their pitchforks out like every second day. There's always something to be angry about in World of Warcraft. If it's not PvP balance, then it's, I don't know, the lack of loot, or mounts being changed, or racials being unequal. I don't even know. Okay, check back here soon for more. Give this one a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. If only to calm everyone's nerves. Yes. Share it to calm people's nerves. Like it to calm people's nerves. Leave comments to calm my nerves too. Do it. Happy that.